Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolfe Pit with another episode of What Are We Eating? Both authentic and Americanized Italian foods are some of my favorite foods to eat. They're always comforting, hearty, simple and easy to make, but most of all, they're delicious. If I didn't already have 10 other favorite foods, I'd say Italian foods are by far my favorite. But there's so much good food to be enjoyed to have just one favorite food. But everyone doesn't have the time, know-how, or desire to make an Italian dinner. And they want something quick and easy that you can heat and eat. A no-fuss, no-muss meal. That's when they go down the frozen food gauntlet in search of their quick and easy Italian dinner. Frozen Italian dinners can be very questionable and not so good. But once in a while, you find a hidden gem. Like this Michelangelo's eggplant parmesan, which by far was the most delicious and had the best quality of any frozen dinner I've ever had, period. Which is why it won the first and only 10 out of 10 score from me. If all frozen dinners were that good, we'd never need to cook again. But unfortunately, all frozen foods are not that good. And when we don't want to make homemade food, we must continue our search for something that's quick and easy and decent. Which is exactly what I was searching for when I visited my original own personal adult playground, the Dollar Tree. Since I discovered my local Family Dollar store started selling frozen foods, I've been neglecting the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to spend equal time at the Dollar Tree and the Family Dollar to ensure they both receive their well-deserved attention. By the way, a viewer left a comment the other day and let me know that Family Dollar's parent company is the Dollar Tree. I had no idea and thought it was very interesting. While I was roaming through the frozen food section at the Dollar Tree like a predator looking for its next meal, I found two new items I haven't seen before. Rico's cheese ravioli and Poppy's potato and cheddar pierogies. Both obviously only cost $1. The pierogies are for a future video. So let's go over Rico's cheese ravioli and see if they're worth $1. The ingredient list is short and sweet, which is unusual for a discount store frozen food. The ingredients look close enough to me to be the real deal. Ingredients like flour, ricotta cheese, pecorino romano cheese, and eggs are legit. The breadcrumbs are the only thing that threw me off. I would have never expected breadcrumbs to be in ravioli. But it's better than textured vegetable protein, isn't it? I like their simple and even serving size. There's two 6.5 ounce servings in the 13 ounce bag. Some other companies would have somehow converted the serving size into 3 1/3 per bag, which baffles me. Per serving, there's 320 calories, 8 grams of total fat, 4.5 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, 30 milligrams of cholesterol, 350 milligrams of sodium, 48 grams of carbohydrates, 4 grams of fiber, 5 grams of sugars, and 15 grams of protein. And those numbers aren't bad at all. It's practically health food compared to some other Dollar Tree foods. Rico also has several other fine products, so if these are any good, maybe I'll try them. You cook these ravioli like you would most ravioli. They go into boiling salted water for 6 to 8 minutes or until your desired tenderness. I have my salted water at a rapid boil. Now I'm going to remove the lid and give you a steam bath. So get real close to the screen so you can enjoy the steam. Listen to that, I'm a poet and didn't know it. So I dumped in the frozen ravioli, which obviously decreases the temperature of the water. So give it all a stir. Bring the water back up to a boil. Then let them cook on a low boil for 6 to 8 minutes or until they're done the way you like them. I tested a couple ravioli at the 6-minute mark and they were still very firm. I checked again at the 8 and the 10-minute mark and they were still pretty darn firm. Then after 12 minutes, they were still a little bit firm. But I didn't want the ravioli to turn into a soggy, mushy mess, so I called them done. They actually didn't look that bad, did they? So let's get them all out of the hot tub and get them plated up. So after giving Rico kudos for the serving size being even, I count 13 ravioli, which first of all is a bad luck number to begin with, but it's also obviously not an even number. So Rico's idea of a serving is 6.5 ravioli per serving. Come on Rico, why not just add another ravioli to make it 2 servings of 7 ravioli, or take one out and make it 6 ravioli per serving? I know I'm being anal, but it just doesn't make any sense how they do the servings. So let's cut into a ravioli and see how Rico did. And I do apologize for using the subpar utensils in this video. I loaned out my full set of state-of-the-art, scientifically designed, razor-sharp, plasticine cutlery to Benihana himself. I wanted to show him what a real knife could do on the hibachi. The ravioli were still somewhat firm as I cut through them. Not hard, but a bit firmer than al dente. I was really surprised at how good these held together. There weren't any blowouts. The filling inside the ravioli was nice and thick. It wasn't running out all over the place. But just by looking at it, it looked more like potatoes than it did cheese. So I popped it into my ravioli-loving pie hole. And as soon as I bit down, I realized it definitely wouldn't have hurt to cook them a little bit longer in the boiling water or simmer them in some sauce for a few minutes, depending on how tender you like your pasta. But overall, it wasn't bad at all. Actually, good enough to eat the other half, without the sauce. Speaking of sauce, what's ravioli without it? So let's add some sauce and eat these the way they were meant to be eaten. And I'm just using regular Prego spaghetti sauce, which is my go-to store-bought sauce. I really like it. Then to finish it off, you have to have some cheap grated great value Parmesan cheese, which is real cheese and it's not that bad. If you notice when I added the sauce, the ravioli seemed to release some moisture. I'm assuming that's what it was because I eat this sauce often and I've never noticed it being watery. I cut another ravioli in half. And back in my ravioli loving pie hole it went with sauce and Parmesan cheese. Of course it was even better with the sauce and cheese added. The filling seemed to be a little bit creamier once the sauce was added. And I was definitely enjoying these enough to cut into another one. It seemed like with each bite, they got a little bit better. My overall thoughts on Rico's cheese ravioli is this. They're not the best ravioli you're ever going to eat, but they're also not the worst ravioli you're ever going to eat. From what I could tell, the ingredients were not bad at all. If there's something I missed, let me know. The flavor was okay on their own, but they could have been better, but not too bad at all. Once the sauce and the Parmesan cheese were added, the overall flavor of the dish got a lot better. The one downfall is, either their cooking directions are way off, or the pasta is just too firm. I cooked these ravioli for almost 2 times the recommended time, and they were still pretty firm. But for $1, these were much better than I anticipated. Which is why I'm going to give them a 6 out of 10. 2 bags of these, a jar of sauce, and some cheap Parmesan cheese, and you can feed a family of 4 a decent meal for $6 or $7. If you'd like to help support the Wolfe Pit, consider being a patron. You can pledge as little as $1 a month, that's only $12 for the whole year. Or you can pledge more, that's up to you. Either way, every little bit's appreciated and helps me produce more high quality videos more often for you, the people. Thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.